Okay, Shane, so we just want to get your thoughts on the match tonight with Papadon. Just talk to your people, and we'll put it on TV for them.
All right, let's do that.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. How would I say? My people of North Carolina,
You okay?
That's fine. It's just this is right here. Can we just get this out of the way? See, there's something lurking in the background here. It's this steel cage. This steel cage is going to be on all four sides of that ring. And I'm going to get in there with you, Papadon. Now, you're going to give me every excuse in the book of why you lost this belt. Maybe it's her, maybe it was your wrist tape, or maybe your kick pads wasn't laced correctly. Who knows? But either way, pal, you lost. And this time, you're going to find out exactly why they call me the king in North Carolina. See, up north, you may be a Greek god. You may have won every single match up north. But now you're getting ready to travel all the way down south, and I'm going to show you exactly what professional wrestling is all about. So tape up those wrists. Tape it all the way down to your elbow. Lace up those kick pads. Let's make sure there's no excuse left. Because tonight, I'm earning some respect. Not just from you, but from the people of North Carolina. Because that's what it's about. The people. The people are proud of the champion. Just like Magnum TA versus Tully Blanchard in an I Quit match. And a steel cage match that happened years ago at the Greensboro Coliseum. You're not going to walk out of the steel cage. I'm going to pile drive you, and I'm going to teach you a lesson. And I'm going to teach you some manners of actually how you talk to a queen down south. Because tonight, Papadon, I will rule you. Let's go, queen.
Tonight is the night that everybody is talking about. The fight that everybody's waiting to see. No, it's not Batman versus Superman. It's King Shane Williams versus Greek god Papadon for the third and final time. Shane, I did my talking already. You know what I have to say. The cage is up tonight. Your skank that you call a queen can't interfere. And your homeboy, Tracy Myers, and the referees that he has in his back pockets, they're not going to be able to fix the outcome because I've chosen the referee. And when you see the stand-up citizen that I picked, you're going to know that when we're in that cage, the best man will win. You're sitting on a throne of lies. Your reign of terror comes to an end tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. And it's set for one more with no time limit. And it's for the AML Wrestling Championship.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the most historic episodes in the year-and-a-half history of AML Wrestling Live. We are live in Yadkinville, North Carolina at Yadkinville Elementary School. Once again, I am Blake Chadwick as we have a AML Championship cage match for you today in what is certainly one of the most high-stakes matchups we've ever seen at America's Most Like Wrestling. As the second ever AML champion, that man right there, the Greek god Papadon, looking to regain his title inside the confines of a 15-foot high steel cage as he challenges the man that upended him for that championship just a few months ago right here on this program, King Shane Williams. As Papadon looks like he's giving some instructions to the lovely young lady standing ringside. Of course, if you go back to November of 2015, the Benton Convention Center WrestleCade 4 weekend, the inaugural Showcase of Champions event to kick things off, Papadon upended not only TNA star Ethan Carter III, but also the first ever AML champion, the ambassador of the grind, Caprice Coleman, to win that title. And he held it all the way until the spring months of 2016 when King Shane knocked him off. And now it very well could be pile driver time once again for the Greek god, as here comes the AML champion, the Knoxville, Tennessee native, now residing in Charlotte, North Carolina. He said, if I'm going to wave the banner of AML, I need to be in the epicenter of professional wrestling, right in the heart of the Mid-Atlantic region. And he has brought his Queen Taylor, and the kingdom is now set in the Mid-Atlantic. And hopefully, it's not a nightmare trip back to the castle. Tonight to the king, as he takes on perhaps his toughest challenger yet. We've seen him, of course, embroiled in a bitter feud with the ring wrecker Vordell Walker. They went to a best-of-5 series where the winner emerged as the #1 contender for the AML Championship. And that is exactly how King Shane put himself in position to wear that beautiful 10 pounds of gold. Let's head back to ring announcer Tim Blaze to open up this main event.
Introducing first, from Gringos, Greece, weighing at 230.
Oh, what is Papadon doing? Come on now.
Silence! The real AML champion needs to speak right now. Neither are you. Next time, don't hide in the corner like a little girl. You do your job and you hold the ropes for the real AML champion. Do I make myself clear, Sunshine? Huh?
What is the meaning of that? Slapping Tim Blaze?
On second, you counterfuck. I don't know what you're doing in my ring and in my cage, but you're not the referee. Read the contract. Your fat ass can stay on the outside, and you can be the special enforcer. Maybe you can sit down and punch a phone over here and have some.
What do you mean Jeff Melton's not the referee?
You are on Tracy Myers' payroll. I don't trust you. You are on the tape, just like the other referees. I brought up a stand-up, honest referee that's going to call it right down the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for the official of this match. You know him. I know him. His Boy Scout leader knows him. Vordell!
What? Vordell Walker?
He's trying to wrestling, but he has his referee.
As you hear Papadon state, of course, he was suspended by Tracy Myers months ago for putting his hands on Brian Hawks, as well as just causing a general ruckus here at AML. And now Vordell Walker, as announced by Papadon, is the special guest referee tonight,
What's the matter? You want an honest official?
as apparently he still has his referee license. That's not been suspended, as I don't know how this slipped by Tracy Myers, but the ring wrecker is back in the Mid-Atlantic, and he's donning stripes. As Shane Williams continues to have the deck stacked against him, not only is this match in a cage, but now his most competitive rival in America's Most Like Wrestling in the year-and-a-half plus history of this company is now the special referee. I don't see how King Shane possibly leaves the Atkinville still the AML champion. As Jeff Melton trying to maintain some order, but he's...
Welcome to my world, Sunshine. You're in for a world of hurt.
Now the secondary official is Tim Blaze is going to once again try to introduce this match after that little bump in the road.
Again, introducing the challenger. Weighing at 231 pounds, he is the Green
And of course, a man that has dominated the Northeast for the last decade plus, and now really making some waves here in the Mid-Atlantic, looking to regain that AML championship.
And his opponent, accompanied by Queen Taylor ringside, from Knoxville, Tennessee, now residing in Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing at 215 pounds, he's your AML Wrestling Champion, King Shane Williams!
And you can tell by the ovation from this crowd in Yadkinville, not only is he atop the mountain as the champion of AML, but he looks to be the most popular man in the entire company, as he has full crowd support tonight And if you look at Vordell Walker's face right there, that smug look, it very well could be a long night for the King. I can't imagine Vordell calling this one right down the middle.
This cage match is submission or pinfall only.
As Tim Blaze announces, this will
There
be
must be a winner.
pinfall or submission only. Escape does not count. So that door and over the top won't get you any kind of victory here. As Papadon grabs the AML championship. What is the meaning of this? And now he's parading around with the title. He had his day in the sun until that man upended him. He does have another chance tonight, but I'm sorry. The Greek god Papadon needs to put everything aside and get this match going because King Shane is ready to pounce. We heard in the pre-match interviews, King Shane all business, the Greek god ready to get back to the top of the mountain. Capacity crowd on hand here in Yadkinville. One of the highest stakes matches in AML wrestling history. Certainly one of the top candidates for biggest matches in the history of AML Wrestling Live. As the roads point to the Benton Convention Center WrestleCade, as these two men will try to be there representing this company, but Papadon jumps him right before the gun. Vordell Walker clearly sees nothing wrong with it, and Greek God now in control to start things off. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide inside the confines of that 15-foot high steel cage. And let's see the game plan of both of these men. King Shane does have a history in these types of brawls. That legendary feud with Jerry the King Lawler in Tennessee, which really established the King, if you will, as one of the premier players of this generation. And the cage nearly gets involved in the early goings. Papadon tries to ram him face first. King Shane puts on the brakes. And King Shane drives the point of that elbow right into the back of the neck of the Greek god Papadon. And Vordell Walker trying to admonish King Shane there. He did nothing wrong. And for the first time, it looked like the cage was about to get involved yet again. But this time, Papadon has it well scouted. He puts on the brakes. He does not want that flesh meeting steel. And Papadon trying to take control in the corner. We do know Papadon likes to slow things down, sometimes go to the outside of the ring and mix things up a little bit. But with this steel cage there, he's got to do it inside the ring, and it might take him a little bit out of his comfort zone. As the King's starting to throw some blows. Rams him face first right in that top turnbuckle. And Vordell Walker pulls him out of the corner. Come on now. This is a cage match. There's no disqualifications. Come on, Vordell. Know the damn rules. As that hesitation caused by the referee has created an opening for the challenger now. As Papadon again trying to ram King Shane face first into that steel cage. And Williams now back to a vertical base and trying to take back over in the corner once again. Brings him out into the center of the ring. And the Irish whip! And for the first time, that flesh meets metal. And the steel cage has officially played a role now. As Vordell Walker, for some reason, exchanging words with King Shane Williams. As Papadon trying to once again take the advantages throughout the first few minutes of this matchup. No man has really been able to establish himself. As folks, I'm getting word right now from the back. Breaking news here at AML Wrestling Live. This cage match has no time limit. Tracy Myers, Brian Hawks says as long as it needs to go, it can go. So there will definitely be a winner here tonight at Yadkinville on AML Wrestling Live. And King Shane follows him up in the corner with that clothesline. One more time, as that no time limit certainly plays into the challenger's advantage, as King Shane can't stall for time. The series of clotheslines, now coming out of the corner, goes for the bulldog and he nails it. First pinfall attempt in the match, hooks the outside leg. What in the hell is Vordell Walker doing? Get down there and count. 1, 2, 3, and just as Walker's about to strike the mat one time, King Shane pops up. And now these two exchanging words. And this provides yet another distraction for King Shane Williams in this matchup. And the referee is the last man you want to have as a distraction. As Papadon uses that as an advantage, finds the opening, and clubs the champion right in the back of the head. As King Shane is used to fighting from underneath. And that's really how the crowd, 1-2, near fall, here for the Greek God. That's his first one in the matchup. But King Shane's ability to show resiliency and fight back from all comers is really what established himself as one of the premier men on this roster and one of the most popular men to the fans of AML. As he has certainly garnered a ton of popularity ever since the establishment of that AML championship, as the crowd desperately wanted to see King Shane atop the throne. And now Williams with a neck breaker with Papadon wrapped into that second turnbuckle. He drops him right down. Let's see what King Shane's going to do to capitalize now. One more time, right in the center of the ring, jacks him right down. And he's not going for the cover, and you have to wonder if the lack of going for a pinfall has to do with the presence of Vordell Walker. That's 3 neck breakers in a row, yet to attempt a pinfall, and that is very uncharacteristic of the AML champion. Will a 4th time be a charm? And he looks right at Vordell Walker, tells him where to meet him. And again, Vordell does not drop down for the cover. He's trying to establish that he's the official. Well, if you're the official, then call it right down the middle. As once again, the champion and the referee exchanging some words. And folks, it could be pile driver time here in Yadkinville. Wait a minute. Vordell Walker, his foot was on the leg of Papadon, and then he held his back as King Shane was trying to pick him up. And there's a slingshot sending King Shane right to the cage, as it's a blatant 2-on-1 in there. And this is blowing up right in the face of Tracy Myers, Brian Hawks, and the rest of AML management. Rolls him over, 1-2, does not hook the leg. The Greek God only gets 2, as Vordell's certainly there for the cover when Papadon makes the pinfall attempt. But folks, the developing story here, King Shane essentially had a 2-on-1, and one of those men is the referee. Papadon, a series of right hands, going to ground King Shane. As he's desperately trying to work his way back to his feet. As Papadon gonna throw him once again face first into that steel cage. The very unforgiving steel cage. And it seems like it's only a matter of time maybe before one of these two men are busted wide open here on AML Wrestling Live. And Papadon pounding on the flesh of King Shane, maybe trying to open up a cut. And folks, the camera cut away a little quickly there. But it appeared as if King Shane might have been busted open. And indeed, it looks like the Crimson Mask is starting to cover King Shane Williams And now look at Papadon rubbing his face back and forth into that steel. And King Shane looks a little punch drunk now, as the former champion has now established himself in firm control in this AML Championship cage match in this week's main event on AML Wrestling Live. As the crowd starting to really rally behind King Shane Williams again, one of the sheer favorites of these fans, regardless of where AML takes its product, whatever town we're in next. King Shane is the flag bearer, and Papadon throws that knee right in the midsection and continues to maintain control. Queen Taylor on the outside trying to wish her queen well. There's an elbow drop, 1-2, again, a cocky cover by the challenger, and you're not going to get the Duke that easily. And once again, Papadon pounding away on the forehead of the champion. And if you take a look at the knuckles there, that white tape of Papadon, they're starting to turn a darker shade, and that's from the flesh of King Shane Williams. The Irish whip to the opposite buckle, reversed by Shane Williams. He charges in, and he eats the boot of Papadon. Comes out of the corner, and a power slam by King Shane. That grounds Papadon, but too much has already been taken out of the champion. Williams tries to roll over, as both men struggling now to their feet. King Shane is up at a vertical base slightly before Papadon. As the Greek god is still down, King Shane perches himself up there. It's not the middle rope. He's going all the way up top. And he goes for that fist drop, that axe handle blow rather. And he gets nailed in the midsection, and the momentum takes him up and over. And now Papadon with a snap suplex. And that will only get two, but keeps the King innocent there. And if you notice, Vordell Walker, very quick to get to the mat when it comes to a Papadon pinfall. But when King Shane is trying to make the cover, it seems like Vordell Walker's completely disinterested. As Papadon continues to try to suck the life out of King Shane Williams, I mentioned both of these men would love to be in attendance. Thanksgiving weekend, WrestleCade 5, the final encounter, 2016. It's going to be certainly one hell of an event. Papadon has made waves there in the past. He's wrestled the likes of Damian Wayne. Of course, we mentioned at the Showcase of Champions last year, winning the AML Championship in one of the biggest shockers of the entire weekend. We did see King Shane throughout the Fan Fest, but he wants to establish himself as a key fixture on WrestleCade this year, and what better way to do that than continue to wave the banner of AML heading into the summer, fall, and winter months. As this crowd really trying to rally behind the King, but Papadon for the last 5, 6, 7 minutes has really established control with a little assist from the referee, as that is not Jeff Melton. You don't need to adjust your television sets. That is the ring wrecker Vordell Walker making his return to AML, not as a wrestler, as of course he's still suspended, but his referee license was valid. That was confirmed. Jeff Melton, as you see on the outside, that enforcer, and a belly-to-back suplex by King Shane is going to put Papadon down. Both men are down. Both men trying to get back to their feet. The AML Championship hanging in the balance here. As we are well over the 15-minute mark. Again, folks, I said, breaking news throughout the first few minutes of this matchup. It has been made by Tracy Myers and Brian Hawks. No time limit in this one. There must be a winner. We are not going off the air this week until a victor and AML champion has been established. Papadon picking up King Shane and drives him right over the point of that knee with a backbreaker. And the methodical pace of Papadon starting to play a role here. Again, this is not a man who goes to high-risk territory. And as we stated at the beginning of the matchup, it's pinfall or submission only. Escape does not win the championship. I'm not exactly sure what the Greek God's doing here. He's going all the way up top. Papadon is nearly 15 feet in the air. This is shades of Luke Hawx and Gunner from WrestleCade 4. Papadon too busy looking at the crowd. King Shane is laying prone on the mat. What could he possibly do? And Papadon, all the way up there, goes for the diving headbutt. Took entirely too long. King Shane moves out of the way. And the AML champion might have just found an opening to get right back into this matchup. There is light at the end of the tunnel for King Shane Williams. Papadon goes for a haymaker. And now look at these stinging lefts. King Shane fired away now with these left hands. Little flipped up and flying daddy right between the eyes. And the double sledge is going to take down the challenger. One more time. King Shane's rocking and rolling here. And a little revenge served ice cold of the steel metal of the cage. One more time as King Shane sends the Greek God crashing headfirst into the cage. And if he keeps this pace up, Vordell Walker will have no choice but to count 3. And now Williams stopping a mud hole in the Greek God, and he's walking it dry. Papadon back to his feet, but he might think he's in the Middle East somewhere. Irish whip reversal. And he eats the boot of King Shane. And now Williams looks out to his people. He looks out to the crowd of AML. They're cheering him on. He perches himself up on that middle rope. He's going all the way up top. There isn't a strap coming down, but there might be a fist right between the eyes of Papadon. That signature King Shane offense. Turns him around, kicks him in the midsection. It's pile driver time. Here we go. But Papadon, well scouted with the back body drop. And look at Vordell Walker there. He's checking in on Papadon. Looks like he might have said something. While King Shane fighting for his own. He does have the support of his queen on the outside, but she is not the ring record. Papadon charges in. Nobody home there. And now Williams runs up. Tornado DDT. Here we go. Walker. 1, 2. And wait a minute. That's 3. But Walker pulls up at 2.5. He's clutching his arm. He did not injure himself. What is Vordell Walker trying to do here? As the look of disbelief on King Shane's face. As Vordell Walker, we were very briefly shocked that he was going to drop down and count to 3 as he had a pretty normal cadence there until that 3 count was coming. The elbow pad is off and it looks like King Shane might be ready to slug the official. But that is not going to win the match for the King. And he's realizing that right now. Charges in, but meets the back elbow of Papadon. Measures him up. And that top rope European uppercut. 1, 2. And nearly does it. And Papadon, all kinds of bent out of shape. Vordell Walker almost trying to tell him, hey, I wanted to count 3, but he didn't, as King Shane continues to show that resiliency that has made him the champion of America's Most Liked Wrestling. We're at about the 22-23 minute mark of this epic steel cage match, folks. Remember, we're staying with you until the finish. There is no time limit here. We will not go off the air until an AML champion is established. As Papadon, trying to maintain control, thought he had the win off that top rope diving European uppercut. But King Shane showing the moxie here in Yadkinville. And Papadon, as we've seen many times, continues to toy around with his opponent. And King Shane is not someone you want to take lightly. Remember, he almost broke Scotty Matthews' neck on an AMLWrestling.com exclusive over a year ago, and Scotty Matthews has not been seen from since. So it can really show you the sort of damage King Shane can do when he's all sorts of pissed off, just like that, as he tackles Papadon and sending the rights right to the forehead. Vordell Walker trying to pull him off, but by God is King Shane a house of fire. Oh, he grabs the official. And these two are nose to nose. And a thumb to the eye by Papadon. As Papadon using any tactic he can to remain in control. Oh no. Could it be pile driver time for the King? No. Papadon picks him up and he jacks him right down with a power bomb. I'm not exactly sure what he's waiting on. And Papadon saying he's going to suffer and he's going to pay. But it looks like he has a chance to win this match and he's trying to inflict more damage. There's a second power bomb. As King Shane Williams is laid out, 1, 2, 3. If Papadon chose, he can make the cover and win this title back. The cockiness of the Greek god on full display right here. As he's trying to pick up the lifeless body of King Shane Williams. And folks, we're right about that 25-minute mark or so. And there's a third power bomb. That's got to do him in. We've got a brand new AML champion. He stacks him up too. Oh, and King Shane at 2 7/8. You gotta be kidding me. Vordell Walker's hand was literally about to smack the mat for a third time. And King Shane's able to get that shoulder up. Walker's frustrated. Papadon's irate. And Papadon, oh, he's going to push Vordell. And Papadon getting in Walker's face. And the ring wrecker won't take any of that. And Walker, did he just say screw you? Vordell Walker's got the key. He's unlocking the door. Remember, folks, this is submission or a pinfall. There is no escape. I'm not exactly sure what the referee Vordell Walker is doing here. He takes off the padlock and he opens the door and the ring wrecker's out of here. So it looks like a plan potentially concocted between the Greek god Papadon and the ring wrecker Vordell Walker.
What's going on? Wait a minute.
Has blown up right in their face. Wait a minute. What is Walker doing here? He's got the title. He brings it in the ring. Folks, I'm completely baffled as to what's going on here. We still have an AML championship match at hands. Walker. He's trying to check the cage. I think he went and brought the title in for Papadon. This is a last-ditch effort to get rid of King Shane Williams. King Shane ducks underneath the belt shot. Oh, and Papadon runs right into Vordell Walker, and the belt meets his face. King Shane puts him in position. It's pile driver time. He nails it. Down goes Papadon, but there's no referee. Wait a minute. Jeff Melton's back out. Here comes Jeff Melton in. Make the cover. Legs hooked. Come on now. 1, 2, 3. And King Shane is still the champion. This place has gone bananas. Yadkinville Elementary School is about to have the roof blow off this place as King Shane Williams overcomes all of the odds. A cage, the Greek god Papadon, the ring wrecker Vordell Walker being inserted as the special guest referee at the 11th hour. But the perseverance and determination of the king keeps him on his throne alongside his queen. King Shane Williams still your AML Wrestling Champion. What an incredible night here in Yadkinville, North Carolina, as these fans were treated to one of the most historic episodes in the history of AML Wrestling Live. King Shane Williams is still the champion, knocks off the Greek god Papadon in an epic steel cage match. What's left for the king? That remains to be seen, but for right now, he stays atop the mountain here at AML. For everybody at AML, I am Blake Chadwick. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on AML Wrestling Live.